Get Arsenal updates directly to your inbox. Subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. See our privacy notice. Could not subscribe. Try again later. Invalid email. 2 months is a long time in football. Wind the clock back to the start of November, and Arsenal were not viewing the January transfer window with any sort of urgency. Unai Emery was very happy with his squad, and head of recruitment Sven Mislintat and head of football Raoul Sanllehi were looking towards the summer market as they planned their next squad restructure. Sanllehi even gave an interview soon after he replaced Ivan Gazidis where he said as much. "I don't believe much in the winter window," he said. "There are exceptions. But if you have the right plan in the summer and the team are performing at the level you expect, you should not go to that window or try to avoid it. It's there for emergencies, a big injury, or if something is really not working and you need to recover there." But now, as we head towards Christmas, things look very different at Arsenal, and major thought is now being put into what could be done in January to strengthen Emery's hand for the second half of the campaign. In that interview in November, Sanllehi spoke about the potential for injuries to change the club's transfer plans, and that's exactly what has happened at Arsenal. First, Danny Welbeck broke his ankle against Sporting CP, and now Rob Holding is facing up to a significant spell on the sidelines after suffering what Emery described as a big knee injury during the 2-2 draw with Manchester United at Old Trafford. The extent of Holding's injury is not yet clear, but there are genuine fears at Arsenal over whether he has damaged the cruciate ligament in his left knee. Should that be the case, we won't see Holding again this season, and that will leave Arsenal very short at both ends of the pitch, when you add it to Welbeck's injury. It leaves Arsenal facing some tough decisions when it comes to the January window. Do they try and fast-track some of the deals they had planned for the summer? Or do they try and get through until May with what they already have? Speaking in response to Welbeck's injury, Sanllehi hinted that the club may well be forced into doing business. "I am not saying that's a green light to go to the market, but we have good players in the house also that may get further opportunities, like Nketiah for example," he said. "We need to see. We are in November, so it's a good time to start analyzing what options we have in the market. We are not closing the door, but it's still not the preferred one. The plans were made in the summer. We are happy with how things are going. We are always going to strive to be the best team we can be. If there is a very good opportunity we are definitely going to consider, we will see." Danny Welbeck's injury alters, in a way, the views. The issue with Holding's injury, however, is that Arsenal weren't looking at centre-back as a priority when it came to their potential deals over the next 2 windows. The club felt they had enough and were focusing on 2 other areas: on improving the team, with a new left-back and a new wide attacker, a certainty before the start of next season. Welbeck's injury may see Arsenal try to push through a January deal for Lille's Nicolas Pepe, although getting the French club to do business at the midway point of the season is looking increasingly unlikely, with the Ivory Coast attacker key to their hopes of qualifying for the Champions League. There are other possibilities, with Christian Pavon at Boca Juniors a potential target, while at left-back, Celtic's Kieran Tierney has been monitored for years by the Emirates club, and Genk fullback Jerry Renan has also been linked. But the centre-back position will now be a major worry for Arsenal as January approaches. Laurent Koscielny is set to make his first team return against Karabakh in the Europa League, but the club are aware they would be foolish to rely on a 33-year-old who has been out for 5 months with such a serious injury. Konstantinos Mavropanos is also close to return, having not played all season with a groin injury, but he is only 20 and has made just 3 senior appearances since arriving at the club from Greece. So that leaves Arsenal reliant on Shkodran Mustafi and Socrates, which is far from ideal when you are trying to secure a top 4 spot in the Premier League and also to win the Europa League. Even though centre-back has not been a priority area for Arsenal up to this point, Mislintat and his scouting network will have a lengthy list of potential targets drawn up, as they do with all positions. The club must now decide whether to move early to bring one in during the winter window, or to recall Callum Chambers from Fulham, which is another option they have. Chambers is currently on a season-long loan at Craven Cottage, but Arsenal will have the chance to recall him during the first month of 2019 during a 1-week-long break clause in the loan agreement.